Charles Oliveira says he's dying to fight. His last fight was a split decision loss to Arman Tsarukyan back in April. Charles posted this to his Instagram. He wrote, "Family, I'm dying to fight and I know you all want to see me fight. I'm hoping my fight will be coming soon and I'm counting on all of you to support me. I'm doing my part by training. Soon the lightweight line is going to hunt." In yesterday's video, we reported on Tony Ferguson's heated response to Khabib. Khabib reportedly stated that he doesn't believe Tony would have been able to beat him, and the only way he could have beaten him is if he landed a lucky punch. Tony responded via Instagram calling Khabib a fat f***. Khabib had this to say about Tony earlier this morning. He wrote, "You know what's interesting? I didn't say anything about you. People just post whatever they want on the internet and write that it's Khabib. Enjoy your life and your family. Leave this sport for the young fighters." Dana White went live on Instagram last night. He revealed that there's big news coming regarding Conor McGregor, Michael Chandler, Charles Oliveira, Alexander Volkanovski, and Max Holloway. Dana also went on another rant about Jon Jones currently being pound for pound number 3.
Actually, Max, yeah, we were talking about you today. We got some good for you, Max. Oliveira versus Volkanovski. We got some news coming out for both of those guys too real soon. Charles Oliveira, yeah, we got Oliveira news coming too. Talked about Conor today too. We got Conor news coming up. We got Oliveira news coming up. We got Chandler news coming up. We got Max Holloway news coming up. All that good coming soon. You know what's great? Listen, I'm telling you right now to watch Power Slap Road to the Title on Rumble. I'm looking at my board right here. These media guys have Jon Jones ranked number 3 in the pound for pound. I know I keep going back to this, but these guys are so stupid. It's unbelievable. Anyway, Power Slap Road to the Title right now, live on Rumble.
Tim Welch does not think Merab is the smartest guy and actually thinks that is what makes him scary.
A hell of a match here. Merab, the Terminator, 10-fight win streak, and the dude is a character. I mean, he might not be the smartest dude on the block, but also that's what makes him scary. If you got a guy in there really smart, then sugar's gonna really overload your brain and it's gonna freeze you up. But if you got a guy like Merab, who's not the brightest dude and maybe doesn't even react on some of those feints, he's gonna come forward, he's gonna sprint forward, he's gonna try to grab you, even if he's got to eat a few shots. Will he be able to continue to eat those shots and walk through them? I don't know. We're gonna be able to find out.
Stephen Thompson understands why Michael Chandler is waiting for Conor McGregor. Wonderboy thinks Chandler is smart for waiting. Speaking to Talk Sport MMA, Wonderboy said it's frustrating because I would definitely love to see him fight again sometime soon. I know he broke his toe and things, but you've got to think about from his part too, like he doesn't have to fight. I know he's a lifelong martial artist, and it would be great for his fight to happen. It would be smart for Chandler to wait for that fight because, I mean, who else is he going to fight? I mean, is he going to fight someone lower ranked than him? Is he going to fight somebody for the title next? No. Earlier this week, Joaquin Buckley said that he had no beef with Daniel Cormier. However, he's praying that he runs into him. DC has responded to Joaquin on his YouTube channel. Joaquin is scheduled to fight Stephen Thompson at UFC 307 in Salt Lake City. DC says he'll see him there, and they can talk it out like men. Make sure you go subscribe to DC's channel. Links in the description.
Yesterday, and I don't really like to do this because I feel like I shouldn't have to do this. But yesterday, Joaquin Buckley was speaking to Damon Martin about our interaction on social media, how he wishes to run into me one day. We're gonna see each other at in Salt Lake City. It is what it is, and then we can talk like men. That's how I do it. That's how I do it. All these types of situations, whenever people start coming at me in this way. At the end of the day, I am who I am. I'm Daniel Cormier, and I'm gonna be who I'm gonna be, right? So it's a matter of how does the interaction start? Because online it's been very disrespectful. Now he seems to be kind of peeling it back a little bit, and I believe that's the right decision because, like I said, it is what it is. I am who I am, and I'm gonna be who I'm gonna be. So let's try to, keep it the right way, especially being that he has a fight that weekend. I'm not trying to do nothing to this man when he's on the verge of one of the biggest fights of his career. I don't get, though, that my job is not to uplift you. My job is to tell the truth. And I just did not agree with what you said in that call out. It was bad. It was really bad. Now, I can see how someone could be let down. But again, that is not my job. That's not my obligation. My job is to call it like it is. And I wasn't the only one that said it. Many, many people were in agreement that it just was not good. But that's okay. People make mistakes. We all have bad ones. Shall not discuss bad ones yesterday. We all have bad ones. We all have them. Unfortunately, yours was at the biggest moment of your career. But again, I'll be in Salt Lake City. We haven't been able to see each other. I'll be there, right? And we can have that conversation that you want to have, Joaquin Buckley.
Khabib's cousin Abubakar Nurmagomedov saved a woman who was drowning. Tagir Ulanbekov posted this to his Instagram. It reads, "I would like to dedicate this post to my brother Abubakar, although I know he doesn't like this kind of attention. But I can't help but talk about what happened last weekend. Abubakar, while walking along the shore of the Caspian Sea in the evening, noticed a woman in trouble. The water had already flattened her, and it was obvious that she would not get out without extra help. Without hesitation, without thinking of himself, Abubakar jumped into the water and saved it. This action is a prime example of what our coach taught us. Do not pass by someone else's distress and lend a helping hand when needed. Moments like this remind us how important it is to be caring and ready to come help at any time." Eric Nicksick does not believe that Aljamain Sterling faked the impact of the knee from Petr Yan. He says guys who were knocked out or had head trauma were asking the same questions Aljo was.
This is why I know from a personal level that this dude wasn't faking. 30 minutes of him asking round after round after round. I say this because guys that I know that have been knocked out or have had head trauma have asked the same questions. What happened in round one? What happened in round two? Going through everything in their head. So we ran through the entire fight, 20-minute ride home, and then we're about 10 minutes to the house, and he looks at me, he's like, dude, what do I do now?
Demetrious Johnson doesn't think Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic needs to be for a belt. DJ also gives his thoughts on the fight. He believes it will be very difficult for Stipe to prepare for Jon.
But I also think like the Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic doesn't need to be for a belt. Like that's a legend fight, those two fighting. And then I'm sure Jon Jones can still get the exact same pay, whether he's a champion or not. And they can just like, hey, this is a legend fight if I decide to fight again. But I can't dictate Jon Jones' career. I'm not gonna dictate what he should or he can't do, right? It's just me as a fan. I would love to see Jon Jones fight Tom Aspinall. If he doesn't, if he goes, I'm gonna just fight Stipe, he's a household name, go ahead, do your thing, Jon.
You'd be okay with that?
I'll be okay with
I'm
that.
gonna ask a question. If you were Stipe, how would you train for that Jon Jones?
I have no idea. Because when I look at Stipe, he hasn't fought in 4 years. The last time he fought, he got knocked out. It's hard. Be away from the fight game for 4 years. And he's doing amazing things. He's a firefighter. It's going to be very, very hard.
Alexander Volkanovski explains why he did not take another fight at lightweight and will continue to compete in the featherweight division. On the scheduled fight between Ilia Topuria and Max Holloway at UFC 308, Volk said, "So I was obviously aware of that earlier on. I told them I wanted the break as I've been having, so I wanted to fight probably later in the year, and they said they might be doing that. But I thought it would have been a little bit earlier, but it ended up being at a date where I was like, oh, I could have maybe come back here. Look, I love to be active, but at the same time, I need the right fights. I could have maybe done a lightweight fight. I think there's a lot of exciting fights there, but the UFC aren't big fans of floating. They go, look, you want to go to lightweight, you're going to have to probably stay there. That's the only thing, and then I might lose that featherweight title shot." Gilbert Burns versus Sean Brady goes down at UFC Fight Night on September 7th. Gilbert says he's planning on calling out Kamaru Usman for a rematch if he wins. Gilbert fought Kamaru back in 2021 and lost via TKO in the third round.
Gilbert Burns versus Ian Gary is what I'm hearing here. You're going to get the win. You're going to call out Ian Gary?
I'll call Kamaru first.
Or you want another shot at Kamaru?
I will for sure win the rematch, but
yeah,
it's not that Ian Gary, for sure I will do that fight too, but for me it's like the guys that are in front of me, they'll be the biggest fights, like Leon Edwards now have no opponent, there's a big fight. Kamaru Usman, former champion, rematch is a good fight. And Colby Covington too is another one. I'm not gonna waste my time with this guy, but he's gonna be on my list. If they give me one of those three guys, that's a big win over these three guys. It's a title shot, so that's what I'm looking forward to.
Khalil Rountree has received his suspension today for his self-reported positive drug test that forced him to withdraw from his scheduled bout against Jamal Hill at UFC 303. According to Combat Sports Anti-Doping, Rountree tested positive for the anabolic steroid DHEA. Rountree's self-reported accidental ingestion of a blended supplement. Today at the meeting of the Nevada Athletic Commission, it was ruled that Rountree's suspension has been settled at 4.5 months, retroactive to the failed drug test. The suspension ends on September 18th, so that means Rountree is cleared to fight Alex Pereira at UFC 307 on October 5th. The commission praised Rountree for self-reporting the issue and being cooperative with them. The NAC chairman Dallas Hahn stated, "I'm glad he showed up, and the self-reporting obviously had a great influence on the commission's decision here. I applaud him for self-reporting." Khalil Rountree also made a statement. He said, "I just want to say thank you guys for looking into the details of the matter. It definitely has made a huge difference in everything that's happening right now in my life. I'm just really appreciative of you guys taking the extra time to look into the details." Jon Jones seems to have had it with Tom Aspinall trolling him. Sport Bible posted this clip from their recent interview with Tom to their Instagram, and here's what he said about Jon.
Who is the champion of trash talk?
I think Conor McGregor.
Champion of the walkout?
Paddy Pimblett is quite good. I mean, it's fresh in my mind because, you know, a few days ago, I do think he's quite good, yeah.
Champion of hard work?
I think any champion works very, very hard. I know what it takes to work that hard. It's ruthless, but I think, in my opinion, it ain't just about hard work. It's about being smart as well with the way you work. Everybody works. It's easy to work hard. Any idiot can work hard. But GSP is the smartest ever to do MMA.
Champion of aura?
I'd say Alex Pereira's up there. Yeah, I think so.
Champion of fight dodging?
Fight dodging?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd have to be Jon Jones, wouldn't it?
Ooh.
We know he's he's trying to fight old man Stipe. Yeah. Well, he's gonna fight old man Stipe, so that's he's the fight dodger around here.
Hopefully he doesn't dodge it against you.
Oh well, he's definitely gonna.
Jon left a comment which he ended up deleting shortly after. He wrote, "This dude literally has my large black in his mouth every week. I'm flattered. I absolutely guarantee he will not win more world championships than me. That's truly all that matters at the end of the day. There's been many champions, no one like me. I sleep good at night." And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from Mr. M. Brown Jr. Says, "I think it hurts Tony more that he never got to fight Khabib than it does that he's on an 8-fight losing streak." The second one's from Poetic Sonic. Says, "LMAO, Bilal found an AI tool and now he's gonna spam it." And the final one's from Larry Tate. Says, "Tony is delusional. Khabib dominated guys like Gaethje who dominated him. It would have been Khabib's easiest fight in the UFC, literally." Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.